Canterbury Cathedral stands like a beacon on the landscape, 157 metres long and 76 metres high. It's a masterpiece of art and architecture. And when it comes to the story of Christianity in England, there are few more significant buildings. It was established by St. Augustine, the very first Archbishop of Canterbury, in the year 597. Through damage, destruction and resurrection, it's remained a place of prayer and pilgrimage for 14 centuries. The cathedral is still the seat of the Archbishop of Canterbury and is the mother church for the Anglican Communion. Now that's an estimated 85 million Christians around the world. But the cathedral is also a thriving community, with stonemasons, archivists, musicians and clergy all living and working together in this magnificent setting. Canterbury Cathedral is visited by almost 1 million tourists every year, and those visitors are watched over by the cathedral's very own constables, a tradition dating back to the 13th century. Afternoon, officer.
Good afternoon.
There's one story that has shaped this place more than any other. I'm meeting historian Dr. Sarah James to find out what happened to Archbishop Thomas Becket one dark December night. Popular spot on the tourist trail. Why is it so popular?
Well, this is probably the most important part of the cathedral, because right behind you there is the spot where Archbishop Thomas Becket was martyred on the 29th of December, 1170.
So what happened on that fateful night then?
So Thomas was here in Canterbury celebrating a feast day with monks and other clergy, and these 4 knights appeared armed with their swords and murdered him, believing that they were doing this in order to get favour from the king at the time.
It was a brutal end to a remarkable life. Thomas Becket had risen through the ranks to become a trusted ally of King Henry II. He was made Chancellor and was later promoted further.
At this point in time, the king and the church were in a series of disputes, and so Henry thought it would be very clever to put his great friend and confidant Thomas in the role of Archbishop of Canterbury. That way, his man is leading the church in England, so all the problems are going to go away.
Seems like a wise thing to do.
It seems like a really sensible political move.
So what went wrong?
Well, completely unexpectedly, Thomas stops being the king's man. He does, almost overnight, seem to become somebody who is absolutely resolute in standing up for the authority of the church, for its responsibilities in the realm. Their relationship just gets worse and worse and worse. And it seems to be out of that these 4 knights decide that the best thing they can do is come to Canterbury and put an end to Thomas.
Gosh, what would you say his legacy has been?
He is almost immediately regarded as a saint. From the get-go, we also get stories of miracles. Lepers are cured, the blind can see, the lame are able to walk. And what that does is make his grave one of the most important Christian pilgrimage shrines in Europe.
Despite being such a busy place, the cathedral somehow enables you to find space for moments of quiet. And that's reflected in our next hymn, Be Still for the Presence of the Lord.